I want to make a case against consistency. I want to know when consistency was kind of put on this pedestal as the thing we all need to be in order to be successful in our lives. Because the problem that I have with consistency is that it's linear. It's the expectation of a steady level of performance or behaviour over time. And the problem with humans, with nature, is that it isn't consistent, it isn't linear, we are inherently cyclical. So I can't be consistent over time. I'm different, I'm embodied in different ways depending on where I am in different cycles. I feel different, I have different levels of energy, different qualities of focus and connection at the beginning of the day compared to the end of the day. At the middle of my menstrual cycle when I'm ovulating compared to the beginning stroke end when I'm bleeding. And the problem I have with this linear idea of consistency is it tries to erase all of those like natural fluctuations. Like, how do I find, there's not even like an average level of performance, because I think in our capitalist culture we're always pushed to kind of the optimum level of performance, but there's kind of like flat line that we're trying to get to, and we're not machines. Like I can't do that. I don't know what it looks like to be consistent all of the time. So I find cyclical living, particularly my menstrual cycle awareness practice, such a relief to drop into this space of permission that allows me to fluctuate. Now, this isn't to say that I don't think having a dedicated practice, having tender discipline to show up for things even when they feel hard isn't important. Of course it is. And I might even offer that there is a version of cyclical consistency that I think can be really supportive. So whether that's I commit to moving my body every day, but how I do that depends on where I am in my cycle and how my body is feeling. That could be one way of approaching cyclical consistency. It could be saying that I am consistent over different phases of a cycle. So my morning routine might look similar, compared to an evening practice. But I really want to get away with this idea that because I think consistency becomes a straitjacket. It's like discipline. It becomes this, just another stick to beat ourselves with. We're trying to fundamentally go against our nature, to be something that we're not. Will you get out of the way, please? I'm trying to talk to the people. And so no wonder it feels exhausting, because it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable to keep pretending that we're something that we're not, to keep ignoring and working against our innate, inherent nature as human beings. So I really want to invite you to think about where's that sweet spot. So a little bit like I talk about tender discipline, it's a phrase from Jocelyn K. Glide. This idea of I can hold discipline and commitment, and I can hold gentleness, compassion, and responsiveness. It's the same with like cyclical consistency. How might I hold a value for being reliable, whether that's to other people or to myself, being somebody that I can depend on, and hold my innate nature as a cyclical being. because when I can hold both, and it gets me out of the straitjacket of perfectionist thinking that tells me it has to be either or. Either I'm simply going with the flow and listening to my body and doing things when it feels good, which, like, newsflash, some of these things never feel good. Like, it's hard working for yourself. Being an adult in a capitalist world is hard, so it doesn't always feel good. So I want to be able to hold that, and I don't want to like end up stuck in this place where I'm just beating myself up all the time and driving myself to exhaustion without any consideration of taking care of myself. So how might I hold both and not get stuck in the either or kind of dance? But I really would love us to loosen our grip when it comes to consistency, because I think it might be overrated, and I think it might be another form of internalized oppression. So I'd love to know what you think. How might you hold this idea of consistency a little bit more lightly, in a more cyclical way, a way that honours your rhythms and cycles, whether they're your natural energy cycles, the seasons, the innate rhythm of a project, and yeah, tell me what do you love about consistency? What do you hate about it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. All right, see you next time.